Okay. So this is from 3 weeks ago, so it was before the election, and it says, what's going to happen? Project 2025 in the DMV's Black middle class. So shout out to the DMV in Washington, where that man was deleted and those girls were, 3 pled guilty anyway.
By now, you've probably heard of the conservative plan known as Project 2025.
Yes, this guidebook has been published every 4 years since President Ronald Reagan by the right-wing think tank, the Heritage Foundation. Now, we're talking about...
Oh, so it's been out every 4 years since Ronald Reagan. It's been out every 4 years since Ronald Reagan. Got it.
This tonight because it proposes some sweeping changes to the federal government, a key issue in the upcoming presidential election.
Civil rights groups from the NAACP to the ACLU have spoken out against the proposal, a move they warn will disproportionately affect African Americans.
Investigative reporter Tracy Wilkins explains why it could have an even greater impact on Black people and the economy in our region here. Tracy?
Yeah, well, as you both know, the nation's largest population of wealthy Black people live in our region, especially in majority Black Maryland counties like Prince George's and Charles. Many of our strong middle and upper middle class Black families were built around the federal workforce. It's the region's largest employer. So we asked experts on both sides of Project 2025 how dismantling it would impact the Black middle class that has heavily relied on it.
2 cups of sugar.
When Michigan native Ashaki Robinson moved to Bowie, Maryland, she could hardly believe all of the concentrated Black wealth around her.
Not just middle class, but rich Black people.
Like many in her community, Robinson is a federal worker. She's a social science analyst for the Department of Housing and Urban Development, and is speaking as a union representative.
You could be making a lot of money with your doctorate. There are a lot of things that you could be doing, and you're working in the federal government. Why?
Very few people are lucky enough to actually have a job that has meaning. And I'm one of those people that do it, and a lot of people that work for the federal government are.
HUD's mission is to ensure fair, safe, and affordable housing for all Americans. Tucked inside the 900-plus page Project 2025 document, former HUD Secretary Ben Carson calls for putting political appointees in top positions and scaling back affordable housing. The document also wants...
Scaling back. Now, who used to talk about depending on the government for all your needs, your house and your food? Now, who said that? I ain't even gonna say it, y'all. I ain't even gonna say it.
Wants former President Trump's Schedule F executive order that was reversed by President Biden to be reinstated. It would strip job protections from career officials and policy roles, make it easier to fire civil servants, and requires loyalty to the president.
People shouldn't have to sell their souls to do a job.
Prior to the adoption.
You shouldn't have to sell your souls to do a job. Where's the soul being sold? Where's the soul being sold? Maybe I missed it. Bueller.
People shouldn't have to sell their souls to do a job.
Prior to the adoption.
Wait, I'm sorry to keep interrupting. So what are they doing when they're doing OF though? Is that not kind of selling your soul to do that job, to be lazy or trying to be? Child, let me stop.
Of these civil service rules, people were appointed, and when elections changed, they lost their jobs.
Horace Cooper is chairman of Project 21, a program for Black conservatives at the National Center for Public Policy Research. It supports Project 2025. He says bringing back Schedule F will...
Oh, no, this Black man don't support it. Oh, no. Oh, no, sir. That looked like William from Girlfriends. That is not allowed. Sir, that is not allowed. You must be Uncle Tom.
People were appointed, and when elections changed, they lost their jobs.
Horace Cooper is chairman of Project 21, a program for Black conservatives at the National Center for Public Policy Research. It supports Project 2025. He says bringing back Schedule F will make Trump more effective if elected, even if it means some workers losing jobs.
I watched in the first Trump term, seeing how many government employees announced that they did not agree with the priorities of this administration and stymied them as a consequence.
Ooh, child, you cannot do that anywhere at any job, okay? Go into your job tomorrow, y'all. Don't do this and don't blame me. And tell them that you're going to do what the F you want to do, and you're not going to align with their core values, their core principles, or whatever the hell your job has, and see how long you get to stick around there. Why can't y'all just go to work, and come to F home? Why is that not a thing anymore? Bueller? Anybody? Bueller? Is it just me?
ProPublica, a nonprofit news agency, was first to expose and publish Project 2025 training videos that explain how the playbook would work, including the replacement of federal workers.
Imagine what would happen if...
I take a job. Holla at me. I take a job, child. Let me know. Now, give me 278.5 like that urban that dude at the housing thing down wherever the hell that was.
Almost all federal employees opposed a certain president.
The Heritage Foundation declined the I-Team's request for an interview, even though many former Trump officials helped craft the plan, and it praises his past administration dozens of times. The former president has distanced himself.
I have nothing to do with Project 2025. That's out there. I haven't read it. I don't want to read it purposely. I'm not going to read it.
That hasn't washed away concerns for unionized federal workers like Alicia Saunders, a mom of 3 who works at the Department of Education. Project 2025 calls for the department to be dismantled.
What's going to happen to my household? What's going to happen to my paycheck? You know, what's going to happen to my career?
Many in Saunders' family also work for the federal government, including her parents and siblings.
Has this been stressful for you?
Very, very. It's constant conversation.
In 2021, the most recent stats from the Federal Office of Personnel Management, it shows that more than 18% of federal workers are Black. That's higher than the country's entire Black population, which is...
So wait a minute. So out of 100%, 18%, but we're disproportionately affected, right? If you think that it's going to be an issue, why wouldn't you go look for a job now? But you just want to wait and see where it goes, see how it goes, or something like that? I'm confused. And why can't you just work where you work, regardless of who the damn president is? Just go to work and do the best you can and carry your ass home. I don't understand, y'all. I just don't. I don't get it. Just got to be combative and mad or whatever every day of your life. You own nothing. You have agency and nothing, but always trying to tell somebody what? Like, ma'am, if y'all know that this is going to be a problem for you, get a new job. If you're working for the federal government, I'm pretty sure that might get you some point somewhere else in the private sector, but you don't want to give up them benefits. Because as a person who used to work for the government, because what haven't I done? You get to lollygag. I'm sorry, you ain't getting paid a mint. You probably are over here at the federal side, but state side, you ain't getting paid a mint. But what you do is you get some great benefits. You get some great health insurance, some great dental plans, and you get a set damn schedule. You get to work from 8 to 4 or 4:30 and you done. Ain't no overtime, ain't no extra, ain't no nothing. Okay, that's it. That's it. Now, I know they get paid a lot more federally. I know they do. So you're a teacher, go effing teach somewhere else. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, this is crazy. Just always making a spectacle for nothing.
Management. It shows that more than 18% of federal workers are Black. That's higher than the country's entire Black population, which is just over 12%. Howard University political science professor Marcus Board says the high representation of Black federal workers is due to the job protections that have often eluded Black employees in private workplaces.
They have worker protections, federal worker protections that are guaranteed by the federal government. And so it's one of the few places where they can be sure that they're going to be supported, protected, and taken care of.
To some workers,
that's not true. That is not true. Everybody got free will to quit, and employers got the free will to get your ass on up out of there. They got to prove it on their side most of the time, but stop this with you get more protections as a person in corporate America. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. Tell it to fucking Tiffany Cross and the other ones, child. But I'm gonna tell you right now, you ain't doing right. They will sit up here and write your ass up. 3 strikes and your ass is the fuck on up out of there. Ain't no more protections. None. It ain't no better than nothing. Just out here just saying any old thing. Just be lying.
It sounds like this is a direct attack on Black Americans and Black middle class who are affiliated with the federal government. How do you see it?
This is an attack on Black Americans. This is an y'all. Y'all. Why? I have to make sure that I disassociate myself from this bullshit. I would never get on TV. I would never say this in private. I would never do any of this. I've never been this downtrodden in my life, even when we got paid once a month, child. Never, ever, ever. What is wrong with these people? These people probably make more money, twice the amount of money that I make now, and out here putting these stories out here, and you colors be falling for it, hook, line, and motherfucking sinker. You trying to tell me that you work for the federal motherfucking government, because I know plenty of people that work for the damn federal government. They get paid very well. They live in nice places. They have nice cars, and they're doing the damn thing. And now because there's a different president, you gonna buck up and try to act like you in charge of something. So you about to lose your livelihood and your job, all on the fact that someone else is the damn president. And if you fear or think that there's a chance that you will lose your damn job, then help me understand why you wouldn't be looking for a new damn job, Bueller. So you're just going to sit there and go on TV, whine and complain and say it's not right, it's not fair, and black people. This is why there's a problem, in my opinion, with race relations in the effing United States of America, because you colors can't shut the entire fuck up and stop trying to act like you are being put upon. You put upon yourself. You put this shit on yourself. That's what you're doing. What the fuck? What? This is a direct attack on black people. How, Sway? You have the free will to go wherever you want to. The free will. You could go work in California where all the tech people are, I guess. You can go work in Texas with whatever the hell it is they do down there. You can go to Florida. You have the free will in this country, unless you're listening to Ricky Smiley, to go wherever you want. You want to be there. You want to be in the DMV. You want to work for the federal government because you know damn well you getting paid and you want to live in that part of DC or the DMV that you want to live in. And let's just call it that's what it is. So just go to work, shut the fuck up, and work. No, we got to come out here saying we being disproportionately affected. You disproportionately affect your damn self.
Americans and black middle class who are affiliated with the federal government. How do you see it?
I think that's an accurate read.
Federal jobs have been a ladder up and a pathway to the middle class, to self-sufficiency and economic progress for Black Americans.
Congresswoman Ayanna Pressley of Massachusetts is a member of a Democratic-led task force that held hearings earlier this year challenging Project 2025.
It is their pathway to enact widespread wholesale policy violence. You're talking about deep budget cuts, hiring freezes. It's just a damning document, and I have every reason to believe that they would make good on it.
How can you count on government employment being around forever?
Cooper with...
Oh, no. Oh, no. Child, Bigger William is out here making sense, child. Bigger William said, so you thinking that something's supposed to be here forever? Kind of like what I just said. Why don't you go get another job if you think there's a problem? Nothing. I've told y'all, you know, my job could go away. They could lay us off. I be looking all the time. I'm always looking. Always be looking. Always be looking. Always. You just gonna sit here and whine and complain. And you are publicly talking about your job on TV. And then you're going to whatever the hell it is that they said that she just went to. So you're making a spectacle of yourself. They don't have to keep you anywhere. And please don't think that private sector corporate America is any better. They get rid of your ass too. Trust me when I tell you. Get rid of your ass. I done been fired and laid off. Wow. Wow. Disproportionately affected.
Senior counsel to former House Majority Leader Dick Armey, and he argues that African Americans can't rely on federal jobs and that more need to shift to the private sector.
Do not rely on government. Why? Because you can't rely on government. Is it a decade? Is it a century? At some point, it's going to be government that you're sitting there relying on that pulls the rug right out from under your feet.
Yet leaving the federal...
Y'all, I done found somebody else I'm in love with. With Bigger William. Let's play that back, because child, what is going on? What is wrong with you colors? What is wrong with you colors? Why is it so difficult to live your life? I don't understand. Why do you want to be miserable so much? Why is life so effing hard? I'm confused. I don't understand. What am I missing? What am I missing? What am I missing? Shout out to Jay Gray. Thank you. He said Bigger William is egregious. Shout out to Bigger William. Yo, I'm in love, child. What else he do? Because I got to see him again. Woo! Come on, sir. A black man talking common sense on TV. Woo! Shout out to Wrench Turner in the building. I see you, hun. Thank you so much. He said, "Old girl got that not Evander Holyfield shine on her dome." You crazy. Shout out to Wrench Turner in the building. Yo, like Reef is saying, welfare. How many times have I said this? Y'all sitting around depending on the government. I've been saying this forever. Ever. Shazam, whichever, listen, either or, okay? Either or. Like somebody say that he's feminine. I don't care. He's getting to the point. He said he making decisions. He's saying this is what it is. Not all this gobbledygook like we just saw on the Native Land podcast with that fool. Child, please. Everybody want to be a fucking victim. Live your damn life. Y'all wasting life with bullshit like this, child.
Cooper was senior counsel to former House Majority Leader Dick Armey, and he argues that African Americans can't rely on federal jobs and that more need to shift to the private sector.
Do not rely on government. Why? Because you can't rely on government. Is it a decade? Is it a century? At some point, it's going to be government that you're sitting there relying on that pulls the rug right out from under your feet.
Yet leaving the federal workforce and the security it offers is not a plan some like Robinson even want to consider.
My good government.
Hold on. Back it on up.
Government that you're sitting there relying on that pulls the rug right out from under your feet.
Yet leaving the federal workforce and the security it offers is not a plan some like Robinson even want to consider.
Y'all heard that, right? Y'all heard that, right? That's a plan that she doesn't even want to consider, but she's sitting up here allegedly fretting about the fact that she might lose her job due to Project 2025 and the fact that it disproportionately affects Black people. Is she waiting for Superman? Who's she waiting for? What she think is? How she think it's going to work? I'm just saying. What the hell? What? Let me hurry up so I can get some wine, because you colors, you colors are funny. I cannot. These are the same people talk about disproportionately affected. You disproportionately affect yourself. The man said exactly what it is. That goes to the same thing with food stamps. That's the same thing with the damn welfare. That's the same thing with all the stuff that we watch with the daggone housing is a human right. You waiting around for Section 8 for 25 years, or you stay on it for 50 years, then you complain about where you are, where they placed you. You want to depend on the government? And then, just like they said, the government can change. So all these people that knew this election was coming, all these people that now can see that obviously things are going to be a changing, even though we've already talked about it. Okay, we've already discussed it. What are they going to do within the next 90 days or 60 some odd days before Trump becomes president? He's going to be doing a lot on day damn one. A lot. I'm just saying. I can't do it, y'all. This is too much.
My good government job. Yeah, my good government job. It is paid for a lot of things.
Of the more than 2 million full-time federal workers, more than 300,000 are concentrated here in the DC metro region. The thing to remember is that this is a living document that has been written over decades. Regardless of who gets into the White House this time, workers tell us the future stability of federal employment is what's keeping them up at night. So it could impact a lot of folks. The experts we're talking to saying disproportionately so, African Americans, specifically those who work for the federal government in our region.
So I'm sorry?
I was going to ask about, but there is a movement to fight this.
Yeah, there is a movement to fight it. You also hear that President Trump is distancing himself from it, saying this is a document that I'm affiliated with. It has some good ideas, some bad ideas. But the plan, if you were to ask the Heritage Foundation, is that this is the playbook, that this is what they would like to see the president, the next Republican president, whoever that person may be, whether it's Trump or whoever else after that, stick to.
So the overarching fear is that everything could hinge upon this election?
It could this election, or it could be, the election in the future. And I think that that's the point, is that it's a living document that exists. So folks need to be aware of that, and that depending on who the next president is, or the president after that, limiting federal government, looking at what's happening with federal workers, how many appointees there are. This is all of what's in Project 2025.
As if folks needed more reasons to pay attention to elections.
It's important to pay attention.
Oh, good. Shout out to that Black man. it's important to pay attention to elections. So Project 2025 been out since Ronald Reagan, and they just been spouting it out since since this daggone year. All of a suddenly. Child, please, you colored, you so funny. That's all I got for him. That's all I got for him. Because you can't tell people nothing that don't want to hear. They know everything, and then they want to fall victim to everything. We're disproportionately affected. It's not right. It's not fair. How could you? I'm a woman. I'm a Black woman. I'm BIPOC, whatever it is. It only affects me. I don't want to move. I don't want to change. I don't. Everyone else in the world has to change for me. Everyone else in the world has to do things differently for me. It's everyone else's problem to make sure that I'm okay. Crazy. That's what I feel like we've heard all damn night.
You know better than to feed me anything because I do not care.